It's recording. There we go. Do believe we're recording now. We are. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Red Thread Ministries. We're doing our a continuation of our Bible study of Matthew, the book of Matthew. And I think today we're going to hit on 11, hopefully, maybe a little more if we have time. But as always, what's going on with you, man? Anything fun, exciting, new?
Oh, not much, man. Just been working,
Yeah, I feel that.
working a lot. But
Hmm.
new guy starts next week, and so I'll actually be able to get 2 days off every week. That'd be good.
Where you working like 6 days a week now?
I have been, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's been pretty rough.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, you
But
maybe
that paycheck's not
six,
right.
six, then five usually, but then
Yeah,
it's still usually not 2 days off in a row, which
right. Interesting, dude. I didn't
makes
know you
me
were doing
kind of
that.
sad. Yeah, and then
Uh,
I was actually handwriting notes for this episode,
yeah.
and they were in my bag, and then I misplaced my bag, and my bag got stolen.
Seriously? Oh,
My
dude.
bag had like my medications in it and stuff like that, so that's fun that all that got
Uh,
stolen.
oh my gosh.
And
You think they looked
so
at the notes? Maybe you just accidentally evangelized somebody, dude. It's possible.
it wasn't the whole chapter. It was like the first couple paragraph, first couple pages at
Yeah.
least.
So how's that work? Can you just go get the medication back if they, or again, rather, since it was stolen?
Yeah, all but the controlled substances,
Mm.
you know, all except the ADHD medication.
Dude, they just can't make an exception. I mean, I understand why, but so how long
Well,
do you have to go without that?
I don't know, not very long.
Oh,
Not very long.
I'm
I
sorry,
got
man.
the
That
other stuff
sucks.
back pretty quickly though, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty lame.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Your wallet and stuff weren't in there, right? Wasn't in there?
No,
Nothing like super important aside from the medicine, I hope.
nothing super important. No.
Although you
I
could
take
argue about
I'd
how
taken
important.
a lot of things out of it, but it still had some things in it that it was my bag. I had
Yeah, yeah,
things in
yeah.
it that I wanted.
Is that
Yeah.
what you do with bags, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, you put stuff in it that you want. So
I didn't
it's
know that.
usually sometimes you gotta put stuff in bags that you don't want to put in there though. So it's not only that, but that's what bags are good for, I think, usually. We're starting pretty late. We're starting pretty late. So
Yeah, that's why we're gonna try to do it fast. Not
all
fast,
right.
not so fast that we don't um
Focus.
hopefully deliver a good message or whatever,
Regardless how sleepy, focus.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what we can get through. If you get too sleepy, we'll just continue later. It's not a big deal. All right.
We're at
So,
least doing 11.
yeah, yeah. I only have like 4 pages of notes, but I turned the font up to like 16 so I could read it. It's all capital letters, so we'll, we'll see how long it does take. Um, all right. So, what'll probably be better to do is I'll just read all of messengers from John the Baptist, and then we can go back and visit our notes after that. Maybe just not break it up like we do normally. But we'll see. All right. So, messengers from John the Baptist. When Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he went on from there to teach and preach in their cities. Now, when John heard in prison about the deeds of the Christ, he sent word by his disciples and said to him, "Are you the one who is to come, or shall we look for another?" And Jesus answered them, Go and tell John what you hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. Lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. And the dead are raised up, and the poor have good news preached to them. And blessed is the one who is not offended by me. So I lied. We'll do it
I
after
like
this
this.
paragraph. Yeah, just reading all the
Um,
way through.
I still want to stop here.
Okay.
What I like here is that, I mean, here shortly we're told that John's like the most holy person on earth,
Mm.
other than
Yep.
himself, you know,
Hmm.
or he calls him even more than a prophet, you know.
Yes.
And what's cool about that is that even here, even the person that Jesus himself said that about, had he's expressing doubt
Hmm.
and disappointment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
How nice is that to know?
Yeah, I think that's again what's so amazing about the Bible is it does show the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's not just all the good, you know. So you have the guy who leapt in his mother's womb when Mary came to visit. Who was it? Elizabeth, I think. And it's just like he's still not that he would remember that, but you know what I mean. He's heard about him and he knows what he's doing. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing. But you
Yeah,
know what's interesting to that? Were you done? I'm sorry, I don't want to start going
yeah.
through
I
more.
mean, that's about about it, I guess. You know.
So I forget where I was reading it. Maybe it was the Blessed Theophylact thing I've been reading, but they alluded to it not have may not have been solely for John the Baptist, but for his disciples as well. Like they were kind of questioning things, so he sent them to ask personally. Now, I wish I had the quote or whatever to read, but I just thought it was very interesting because I think it's very much John just having doubts because he's in prison, you know, and he's supposed to be the one who paves the way, but now he's in jail. Like that kind of seems like
Yeah, he was
not an
just like, "Are
awesome
you
trade-off.
sure? Are you sure you're the guy? Because I'm just in prison, man."
It's not funny, but the way you said it was funny.
I always kind of like to modernize the Bible in my head,
Yeah, absolutely.
makes it more relatable. And so I guess what I do is I just act it out immediately, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Uh,
But he's definitely disappointed in what's going on.
well, yeah. I mean, how could you
And
not
he's
be,
just
dude?
like, "Hey, give me some." And he's basically like, it could be argumented that he's asking for encouragement,
Yeah. No,
you know?
absolutely. Like, please give me a sign that all this isn't for naught, you know?
He even
I would
added that
say
little
that's fair.
tidbit at the end there, you know, and blessed is the one who is not offended by me.
Hmm. Amen to that, dude.
I'm
But
not sure why he added that there to John.
yeah, and I think that was a point that whatever I was reading made that may have been leveled at the two disciples because John believed, but you know, he had doubts, but he was inferring that maybe these disciples had doubts because John was in prison, right? But he's supposed to be the waymaker. And I believe it was interpreted that that may have been leveled at them and not at John. But what is interesting here is he doesn't give him a yes or no answer, right? And it gets biblical, and here's why. So he's giving them answers that are prophecies that he has fulfilled or is in the process of fulfilling from the Old Testament. Um, a lot of them are from Isaiah. So, you know, 8:14 through 15, 26, 19, 29, 18. There's so many. But where is it? There's one, I think it was the lepers were not mentioned, but Isaiah 61, 1, 2 mentions a prophecy about the oppressed being set free, which could apply to that. But I mean, it doesn't really alter the message or anything. Um, so 11:7. As they went away, Jesus began to speak to the crowds concerning John. What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken by the wind? What then did you go out to see? A man dressed in soft clothing? Behold, those who wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. What then did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and more than a prophet. This is he of whom it is written, behold, I send my messenger before your face, who will prepare your way before you. Truly I say to you, among those born of women, there has arisen no one greater than John the Baptist. Yet the one who is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if you are willing to accept it, he is Elijah who is to come. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. But to what shall I compare this generation? It is like children sitting in the marketplace and calling to their playmates. We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We sang a dirge, and you did not mourn. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, look at him, a glutton, a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Yet wisdom is justified by her deeds. So if you'd like to go first, I got kind of a lot
No, you
for
go first.
these.
This
Okay.
time.
So Um, this is from Gregory the Great, who actually, yeah, Gregory the Great. So it says Jesus did not expect assent to this, but denial. And this is 11:7, right? As soon as a slight breeze blows on a reed, it bends away. What does the reed represent if not an unspiritual soul? As soon as it is touched by praise or slander, it turns in every direction. If a slight breeze of commendation comes from someone's mouth, it is cheerful and proud, and it bends completely, so to speak, toward being pleasant. But if a gust of slander comes from the source from which the breeze of praise was coming, it is quickly turned in the opposite direction, toward raving anger. John was no reed shaken by the wind. No one's pleasant attitude made him agreeable, and no one's anger made him bitter. I love John the Baptist, man. Um, so 11:11, which is him speaking about John. Jesus speaks to John the Baptist being the most important person to have ever lived up until this point. But what's interesting is that what he says in verse 11, he is saying that the lowliest, most humble, and God serving person is greater than the greatest man to have ever lived. Jesus is not speaking to morality, but contrasts heavily heavenly versus earthly concepts of greatness. And just a few more here. 11:14, which was, and if you're willing to accept it, it's Elijah who is to come. So this comes from Malachi verses 3:1 and 4:5, but the Jewish people, I can actually pull that up. Make it quick. 3:1. 3:1. I will send my messenger who will prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the Lord you are seeking will come to his temple. The messenger is the covenant whom you desire will come, says the Lord Almighty. So there it is. But so moving on, yeah, Jewish people were actually anticipating, from my understanding, what I've read and what scholars have alluded to, is they were anticipating Elijah himself to come back, not someone in the spirit. But Jesus is stating that John is fulfilling this prophecy in the spirit and the power of Elijah. So not
Okay.
actually Elijah, but in his spirit and his power. And finally, 11:17. So what this is just saying is, you know, the the kids played music for their friends and the kids didn't dance or play along. And this point kind of expresses that Jews rejected John's message of judgment and Jesus's message of joy and hope because neither man fit their uh or what they believed the Messiah or Elijah coming back in person to be, which seems to be a recurring theme. But anyways, moving on. Do you got some
I'm
notes for
here.
that one, buddy?
I just stepped away over
No,
there.
you're fine. You're fine.
I had to turn on my air conditioner. I was over here having a coughing fit.
Oh, yeah, you're preaching to the choir, buddy. I'm sweating hard.
You just scroll back up a little bit. You went past everything.
Sorry. I don't know if it's better to like break it up by verses that we have notes for, or just to read through and revisit. So I was kind of trying to read through and revisit, but may not be. It's kind of messing me up a little bit.
I'll just scroll up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, scroll up, dude, so I can read it.
Oh, me. My bad, dude.
I wasn't talking to myself.
I thought you were talking about your notes. You were going to scroll up to read your notes.
Oh, no, I don't have notes. The notes got stolen.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
remember
then
now.
I didn't then write more notes. I just
Mm.
was sad that I lost them, and then just that was it.
Yeah, that's my fault, dude. I thought you were scrolling back through your notes. That's why you said, let me scroll up.
Oh,
My fault.
no, I just wanted to read what we were we were just talking about and not other things.
Yeah.
When honestly, the thing I like I always like the reed shaking in the wind. It's just a fun thing to say.
Yeah.
I can't even read it when you do that. That's crazy.
Oh, does it? Okay. Yeah, it makes it worse, doesn't it?
Makes it
Yeah.
impossible to read, really.
Because I have it on dark mode.
There's a lot to this. I like it. But what I liked about, we played the flute for you and you did not dance. We
Mhm.
sang a dirge and you did not mourn. That's them saying, we did our part, you know.
Mhm.
It's so weird that they're saying that John the Baptist is a demon
I know, dude.
or that he has demons.
Yeah.
Like, what did he do?
Lived like a wild man.
He was a
Uh,
crazy wild man. You didn't go see a man dressed in soft clothing.
no, that's true.
Uh,
100%.
he- John's not washing hardly anything ever, probably. He's out there eating locusts and honey, and you got to leave the safety of the town to go to the guy who never goes to town. He's
Yeah.
never there. It's
Right.
not where you find him.
Right.
You got to leave the safety. You got to leave your comfort zone
Yeah, we've talked
to
about that
meet
before,
God
right?
somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. About it being
No,
dangerous and stuff.
that's always been one of my favorite points of John is that
Yeah.
you had to go out to the wilderness to meet him.
Yeah.
You had to leave the safety of the town.
Yeah, that's a good point. Um, maybe I'm just conflating episodes, but I thought we spoke to that earlier on, but it wouldn't make sense if we did.
I've mentioned it before. It's just something I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, because you don't think about the danger. Like just walking out into the wilderness and hoping this guy that you've only heard about is there. Like, how's he going to react when you stumble upon him and stuff? Or
And when
is
you get
he?
there, he was probably odd. I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably.
Probably a bit of a spectacle.
That might be underselling it, actually.
Are
Yeah,
there
he's one
any
of my favorite
movies
characters.
about John the Baptist?
I don't think
That'd
so,
be
man.
weird.
Yeah.
It probably
Well,
is.
yeah, but we don't know a lot about him. I mean, other than this right here, I don't think we
I know
have.
that's why it'd be weird, but I bet it might be a thing.
Yeah, maybe. He's like one of my favorite characters in the Bible, man. Top five for sure. Probably top three.
Top five.
Top five, top three.
Number
For sure.
5 is the talking donkey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could see how that'd be a little unbelievable as we don't have that happening now. But hey, man, probably did. Okay, so woe to unrepentant cities.
There is a John the Baptist short film.
Is there really?
Yes.
It's got to be really short, like 5 minutes, maybe.
It's 11 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I think a short film's a bit of an understatement. Maybe a a movie ad.
That's actually kind of long for a short film.
Is it? I don't know anything about film.
Short films are rarely 10 minutes long, usually. I guess it depends on what genre. We're way off topic.
Nope, it's John the Baptist. Still on topic.
Let's get back to it.
All right. Woe to unrepentant cities. Then he began to denounce the cities where most of his mighty works had been done, because they did not repent. Woe to you. I'm probably going to say this wrong. Is it Chorazin? Chorazin? Woe to you,
Chorazin.
Bethsaida. Is it Chorazin? It just makes the most sense.
And I think that's Bethsaida.
Bethsaida? Okay. Oh.
That's the way I always heard it.
Oh, okay. Well, learn something new every day. We'll see if I can get these next ones right. For if the mighty works done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, yes, no, maybe they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I tell you, it will be more bearable on the day of judgment for Tyre and Sidon than for you. And you, Capernaum, will you be exalted to heaven? You will be brought down to Hades. For if the mighty works done in you had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. But I tell you that it will be more tolerable on the day of judgment for the land of Sodom than for you.
This is actually one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible.
Yeah.
Which is probably weird for people to hear, but it is, because it tickles me a lot, because to this, I read this totally as Jesus knows what would happen in alternate timelines.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying here.
Yeah. Man, that's a good point. I never thought about it that way.
He knows that they would have done that because he just knows that.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's the thing about having godly power. It's almost like he let slip his godly power here.
It had to be intentional, right? He doesn't do anything without intention.
Of course, I'm just kind of making a joke.
Yeah.
Just like, oops.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to let you know I'm that powerful. But that's why I always liked it. It's because just a really powerful thing to say.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the more powerful things he says. I also really liked when he says, if the crowd stopped cheering, the rocks themselves would cry out.
Yeah. Right.
What a wild thing to say.
I know. Well, you're gonna get a little geography lesson here for anybody listening.
Okay.
Both of these towns geographically actually located near Capernaum. So what's kind of interesting is that both Tyre and Sidon are Gentile cities, and they're in Phoenicia. So this kind of testifies to me how staunchly opposed to Jesus's message the Jews were, right? Because he's saying these Gentile nations would have fared far better had I gone to them first than you lot, and they had so many prophecies predicting him, but they just refused to acknowledge him being Jesus as the Messiah, just because again they didn't fit the preconceptions of what they thought he would be or do. It's I mean, they're very much kind of acting like children, man. Like they didn't get their way, so they're just nuh-uh, nuh-uh. This is not what we wanted, so nuh-uh, you know. And then for anybody not familiar, Hades refers to the realm of the dead, uh, which is relevant because that was probably written in Koine Greek, and that's kind of what they called hell, I think. Then this is really cool from John Chrysostom. He said about the city specifically. So it is not for nothing that Jesus mentions Sodom along with the others. He does this to heighten the charge against these cities. This stood as proof of their very great recalcitrance, for they were found to be as bad not only as other cities that currently existed, but also as bad as any city that ever existed. Thus, elsewhere, Jesus also makes incriminating comparisons, censoring them by the oh my gosh, dude. Ninevites and the Queen of the South, who is uh, who came to visit Solomon to hear his wisdom, I believe. And then let's see, where was I? Yeah, in those cases, however, the comparison was with those who did seek to do right, and in these cases, with those who had grossly ignored God's coming. Ezekiel anticipated this intensity of expression when he condemned Jerusalem. You have justified your sisters in all your sins. Ezekiel 16:52. And I believe he was talking about Jerusalem because I actually just read that. So it was Jerusalem, and he said it justified Jerusalem was justifying his sisters, its sisters. So what I found most fascinating is he says these were cities where Jesus was prone to linger as a favored place. I found it very interesting that he lingered in these places and they wanted nothing to do with him. And not even at this does he hold back his speech. He makes their dread even more intense by saying that they would suffer things more grievous than Sodom and Tyre. Jesus alarmed them when he used every possible means to reclaim them to repentance. Man, this guy, there's a reason he was one of the best to ever do it. So for 11:25 through 30, Jesus is contrasting the burdensome teachings of the Pharisees with his, which is a call to discipleship, right? He's inviting everyone. And then in 11:25, he often uses children to emphasize humility and dependence, probably mostly dependence, right? On anyone who receives his message. So the dependence on him. Because, brother, we're real dependent. Oh, nope. Sorry, read that too soon. But we'll get into it. Did you have anything else before we read Come to Me and I Will Give You Rest, which is
No, you did
like,
good.
oh, thanks, man. Um, I love these verses, man. Gosh, I love it so much, dude. Okay. Come to me and I will give you rest. At that time, Jesus declared, I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that you have hidden these things from the wise and understanding and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for such was your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Dude, let me tell you, man, these, especially 28 through 29, when I'm really going through it and I read these verses, I'll revisit it just as a reminder. It makes me so freaking emotional sometimes, man. It's just, I mean, it's just him carrying the team, dude, carrying the brunt of the weight of everything that drags us down. You know what I mean? And it's like just
Yeah, because
emphasizing a sense of relief. Just give it to him.
anything that touches them just dissipates.
Yeah. And it's in it
Anything that's unpleasant, basically.
right. And it's a reminder that we aren't ever dealing with this stuff by ourselves. Although it can feel like that, right? When you're really in the midst of
Yeah.
depression or just, the loss of a loved one, whatever, right? But we're not alone. And he takes these things upon himself so that we can find rest in him, right? We're never truly alone. And I think that's pretty magical, man. pretty awesome. Um,
That's right.
but to break it down real quick, so when I was reading those notes, I was like, man, that doesn't make sense to what he just said. But yeah, so he's just saying here that the Pharisees, so they were so strict about the law and stuff like and following the law that they just made it such a burden for people and it just weighed them down and made them miserable. So this is Jesus saying, you know, just just let me have it, just take my yoke and things will get better. So and then if you're not familiar with what a yoke is, it's just heavy wooden bars used to connect two oxen together for plowing. So in this instance, it kind of represents, not kind of, it does represent Jesus's teachings. So allegiance to Jesus and the kingdom of heaven bring peace. It's not laborious like the requirements of the law that the Pharisees preached at the time, but instead is joyful. And I'm sure there was nothing joyful about following the letters of the law to which the Pharisees held people, because it was strictly legal, right? And probably devoid of any joy. But anywho, that is chapter 11.
Anywho,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it, the problem is like a lot of the a lot of this stuff is kind of self uh describing. Like you don't need too much context other than like maybe where
Right.
verses that for the prophecy, stuff like that, and then maybe who some of the characters are and where it takes place. So it just, I don't know, man. It makes me feel weird when I don't have a ton of notes because there's some that you can just make notes for days, right? Especially in the parables and stuff like that.
I
So
know, and we have. So
yeah, yeah. So when I don't have a bunch of notes, it makes me feel like I didn't do enough, I guess. But
that's fine.
is it? I was doing it on the train, man. And
Yeah,
oddly enough,
because your feelings aren't reliable. Jesus is.
yeah, amen to that, dude.
Yeah.
But dude, you know what is absolutely crazy is as I was doing these notes, I was in the midst of an Instagram back and forth, and
Okay.
and I was kind of getting a little out of my element. Like it was about the historicity and stuff of the Bible and who some of the people were that wrote it, right? The language it was written in, which was Koine Greek, which people don't seem to understand that was spoken in the, I think it was Eastern Mediterranean. So the Septuagint was written in Greek, which is what the Pharisees had, right? So they were all speaking Greek, and they made the point that it was all written in Greek, but also Koine Greek. Who was oppressing them at the time? It was the Romans who spoke Koine Greek. So he was like trying to make a case that it couldn't be reliable because it was written not in Aramaic or Hebrew. And I'm not doing it much justice. But, and he went to the point where he got into some stuff where they called John illiterate, basically, right? So his point was they can't um actually he couldn't have written it because he was illiterate. So I was praying. I was like, God, please give me it was something to the effect of if it's your will, allow me to refute this. Like, please inspire me. And lo and behold, dude, I was doing notes for this section, and I think it was in chapter 12, and it directly correlated to the argument I was trying to make. And then I went and typed out this big long message, and the dude never responded, dude. So they just said that, for what it's worth, they just said that John, the Greek says that he was perceived as being illiterate, right? That the Pharisees thought he was
Huh.
illiterate, or that he was like a layman. I can't remember what the Greek actually was. It was something itodai, which is like,
They
sorry, I
thought
said that
that
kind of
about Jesus too. That's why they're like, how does this guy
right,
even know how to read? Yet
right,
alone,
right. Yeah, I want
yet
to.
alone interpret or
Right.
all these other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And Jesus is basically just like God taught me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like
He's just like, I just know things.
right,
Just born knowing things because he
right.
already existed before being a person.
But also, he grew up for 30 years before he started his ministry. You know what I mean? Give or take.
30
What was it?
years
2 BC?
talking to God.
Yeah. And also people. So, like, how could he not learn the language if you take the divinity aspect out of this part specifically? Just because you can't read, and I'm not saying Jesus couldn't read, he definitely could. I'm saying I'm applying to this to John, right? Just because you
Yeah,
couldn't read doesn't mean you can't speak a language. My daughter can't read English very well, but she can speak it pretty well. So it's like, I mean,
right.
anybody, people just do anything and everything to try to discredit stuff. It's, I'll send it to you, not to like gloat on what I said or anything, but just his arguments, man. It's like they get so close to being convincing, but then they screw it up by saying something like that. And he just misquoted. And then I came back with what the Greek actually says and then what they say. They say they perceived him, not that he was. It was a perception. And he didn't answer it. I was kind of looking forward to what he was going to say, but he didn't. So hopefully I prayed for him and I was like, please, give me the words to help this guy reconsider his stance. And immediately, I think it was Matthew chapter 12 answered like what he was saying. It's just like, man, this is great. This is great, dude. So hopefully he's revisiting the Bible and maybe he'll come away with a different take, man. I'm just gotta pray for him, I guess.
That's
But
the best things you can do for anybody.
I know, man, against their will. I like praying for people against their will. Or without, I'm sorry, without their consent. That seems to
Without
be a big
consent.
deal right now.
Okay.
Praying for people.
Yeah.
Praying for people without their consent, dude. How about, I
You
mean,
see
it's
that a
okay
lot
for
on
them.
you see that a lot on TikTok.
Yeah, it's bad on Instagram too.
Because they'll be like, I'm praying for you, and they're just like, please don't, or you're wasting your time,
I'm gonna do it.
or often they actually do say the thing that you said, I don't give you consent to pray
Yeah.
for me. And they're just like, that just makes me want to pray for you even more.
I know. Malicious prayer. Oh, dude. I I don't know. I think it's very telling that people get so upset. Now,
Yeah,
I do have to say that it's understandable for someone who has been traumatized by someone who claims to be a member of a church or by a church, right? I understand that. But there again, you're holding the actions of man against God, right? And that's not a fair equivocation. But I do understand some of the violent reactions because if you get down to it, a lot of them have had something traumatic happen, whether it be just a regular Christian on the street or someone in the church um, did something to them. So I get that. I get where that anger comes from, but there's some people, man, the way they just try to fight people for just being on a corner preaching the gospel is wild to me because it probably wasn't that person that hurt you. So where's all this coming from? You know what I mean? It
yeah,
just, there's got to be something to it if it triggers people that badly. Because I'm sure not all of these people who approach them have been traumatized by the church. It's just, I don't like that I can't do what I want and be okay because you tell me I'm going to go to hell or something like that. Which, again, I've said 1,000
right.
times. I don't do that because I think that's a very slippery slope when you start condemning people to hell. Not your choice to make, brother. By the way.
Well, we bring up anything holy, and it triggers the spirits within them
Hmm.
that we're being judgmental, that we don't like them. That's what they immediately think, you know.
Right.
Right. It's just not true, but it's how It's how the spirit makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And yeah,
No.
it is telling. It's kind of
What?
cool, actually. Like, as usual, like, yeah, the Bible, the book said you would do this.
Yeah, right.
The
But
extremely old book
yeah,
written
yeah.
before, the millennium.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It said you would do this. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
it is cool. But one thing I will say is that Christians are very good about maliciously attacking people, like especially where homosexuality is concerned. Um, they definitely verbally attack people rather than just trying to share the gospel. You know what I mean? And it goes for anything, not just that, but you see it a lot of it with that. Like you remember Westboro Baptist was like boycotting soldiers'
Oh,
funerals
yeah.
and stuff like that. You remember stuff like that? Like,
Oh, yeah.
thanks, guys. Now they think we're all like you because you made such a big deal about
I
all
know.
of these things and probably traumatize people. Imagine going to a funeral and seeing those people like protesting your dead loved one. Like, I couldn't even imagine what I would do.
And in a pretty terrible
So,
way. Yeah.
yeah, dude. Oh, they're in hell. They did this. They're in hell. They're in hell. You're going to hell. Well, I got news for you. You're probably not far behind them for doing that, I would imagine. I don't think that's what Jesus or God would have wanted us to do. And I know that because I've read the Bible.
Well, he told them to, take the plank out of their eye.
Right. You sure did, pal. There's a lot of that not happening. I'm guilty of that as well. Definitely guilty of that. But anyways, so next episode will be 12, maybe 12 and 13. We got through that kind of fast. Like I said, didn't have a lot of notes. And yours were stolen, unfortunately. And that sucks. Gosh.
I know. I was like, oh, I hadn't told them yet. I guess I'll just tell them live during the recording.
Oh, dude. I'm so sorry, man. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny. Hopefully, they do read your notes in all seriousness, and it just kind of maybe something in there just intrigues them, right? Maybe they see the heavy burden. I know you didn't get all the way through it, but
We can only
maybe.
hope, I guess.
Or maybe they'll return it, dude. Maybe the spirit will convict him and they'll bring it on back.
Nah, it's been a little while now.
Oh,
It's
has
been
it?
like a
Oh,
week.
okay.
It's been like almost
Oh,
a
has
week.
it?
Yeah.
Did it get stolen
Yep.
at your job in the facility?
Nearby. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, dude. Well, pray for him,
It
I
was
guess.
accidentally left outside
Hmm.
and it was stolen.
You know what's kind of cool about Japan? Probably wouldn't have
Oops.
been stolen. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
We're talking about the south side of Muncie.
I know. I remember. Just come on over to Japan, dude. Get your job. You never have to worry about anything being stolen ever again.
Hang out with you and Wes.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know the language.
Oh, really? Yeah, me either.
I know you've been there forever, dude.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing, you know it way more than I do, and you don't know it at all.
Ah, you give me a lot of credit, dude.
But you can have like a little bit of small talk.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah.
that.
Sort of. Sort of. I talk like a 2-year-old, probably. Like when my kids were 2. I talk like them. Just a word here and there. It's real
You
fun.
should have your kids. Your kids should teach you, really.
Yeah, but my oldest's handle on the English language isn't good enough for her to be teaching me Japanese. if that makes sense. She's
Yeah, but you
good.
guys can just be learning together.
I know. And I told myself I would. Like as they got into school, I would learn the kanji, the writing system with them, and the whatever
Yeah.
our version of English class was. Didn't happen, man. It was just working like 3 jobs instead. So going to school and working 2 or 3 jobs at a time is not much time left for studying
Yeah,
Japanese.
that doesn't leave much, does it? Doesn't leave much at
No,
all. I
you
don't
gotta
know
play
why the
video games,
camera
dude.
has made me disappear all of a sudden.
No, I still see you.
I've done nothing different.
You
Well, it's
recline.
made my hair disappear. I'm just a floating head.
All right. You ready to call it an evening? I know it's pretty late for you, man. I don't want to keep
Sure.
you up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back at it again. We'll see how this does. This is like 45 minutes, 40 minutes
Pretty short
ish.
episode. Yeah. For us.
Yeah.
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 That's fine. It's getting late already. So
Yeah. So maybe next time we'll see how this one does. And
my energy's been pretty low the whole episode. So
your energy, you said? I think you did fine, man.
yeah.
I would be way more upset about losing my bag than you were. Like I commend you for that, especially if I had stuff that I liked in there, like medicine.
Not happy about it.
Well, it doesn't show. I think that's very good.
Kind of feel violated in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus, it's just disappointing, man. It's very disappointing that people are like this.
Because they got like my name and stuff on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made
Well,
a like I called dispatch to make a police report, and the cop was just not having it. He just didn't care at all.
really?
He's like, that's not a crime. And he looked at me like really confused. I'm like, yeah, I still want to file a police report to send to my
Theft isn't a crime?
pharmacy. Um, well, me accidentally leaving outside and it just being picked up, we don't know who's going to do it.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
never going to find that. He was talking
Yeah.
about me losing it isn't a crime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that. I understand that.
And I was like, yeah, I get it. I still want to make a police report. I mean, these things are out there with my names on them
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And he was just like, I guess. Really,
All right, guy
yeah,
whose salary I help pay for.
right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, if it makes you feel any better, that's not exclusive to America. It happens here too. Um, they very much don't care about stuff. And it's kind of like you're bothering them or annoying them sometimes.
Right, right.
It's like, oh man, sorry, I called you to do your job. Dang,
I'm bothering
my bad.
you?
Yeah. Oh, you don't
Here, I
have
thought
kids
my
on
bag
motorcycles?
was stolen.
You don't have people outside your house being loud from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. every single night? Yeah, my bad,
Every night.
Uh, yeah, I'd say 5 of 7 nights. Really loud
At
bikes
least
going through.
during this season.
No, dude, I thought it would settle down in the winter. It does not. Apparently, they are impervious to the elements.
They ride
They
their
don't
bikes no matter what it's like outside.
do it in the rain, do it in the cold. Sometimes if there's snow on the ground, they'll do it then too. Which just lets me
Smart.
know that they don't have many hobbies outside of just being a nuisance. And that's wild to me. There's so much to do, you know, with your life. Like reading a book or getting an education so you don't have to be a part of those groups would also probably help.
Just anything really.
just, yeah, just anything, really. Please, please, anything other than this.
Anything at
Come to the
all.
gym. We'll work out together.
All right, let's
All right.
end it, man.
All right, man. All right. Until next time,
Farewell.
farewell. Dude, it's going to take me forever to stop this. Bye now.
I know he does.